Hey y'all, welcome back to the sisterhood. My name is Janine if you are new here. And today, or this evening, what is it? It's Sunday. And today I had decided to shoot some content. Like, he doesn't turn the teapot off. Like standing right there in the teapot, just the kettling. Anyway, y'all, so it's Sunday and today was really productive. So first off, if you are new here, please make sure that you subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff, because we're trying to make sure the sisterhood grows. We are a sisterhood over here, so if you are new here, welcome once again to the sisterhood. But today is Sunday and I decided to shoot some content today. I'm wearing my Just a Girl crew neck. It says Just a Girl right here. Let's see if we do the back says Just a Girl as well. And I feel like I want to just shoot a, turn my camera on and just do like a Just a Girl thought. So like, what does Just a Girl think? What does, I'm Janine, I'm Just a Girl. And that's why I was just going to be a very, like, a sit down. I haven't done a sit down video in a while. So before I washed my makeup off, I was like, let me turn the camera on, and like all these thoughts were playing in my mind. So I had all these things I wanted to talk about. So I was like, why not just talk about them, right? And make sure my hands ain't ashy, because I feel like my hands might be a little ashy. So have a lot of different thoughts in my head, and I felt like I'm just gonna ask the question to myself and answer them, and y'all can like chime in and let me know what y'all think. So my first thought that I've been thinking is like, why is my front porch still so full of Just a Girl content? I mean, Just a Girl merchandise. Like, that's my first thought. Like, more importantly, like, why are these crew necks, why are they still in stock? And I say why because I know everything happens for a reason. I know everything's on God's time. I know that there's a lot of work that goes into merchandise selling and products in general. It's a lot of work. But my why is like, the quality of my products are beyond amazing. And I don't say this just because, like, of course it would be cliche to just say it because it's me and my product and my brand, but it's like, I honest to God, y'all, like, these crew necks are so freaking bomb. They feel so good. I've washed this multiple times. It doesn't fade. It's so good. It's good quality. And I'm just like, I don't know why they're still here. Why don't they go? And like, and to tie into that question is like, why don't our friends and our family and the people who support us, why don't they support us? Small business owners, like, the support comes from, we all, as a business, we all need the money. That's where the support. My hands are ashy, y'all. Hold on, I got some lotion. So my hands was a little ashy. So I was saying, like, why don't the people who are running to show up like they're supposed to? Like, why do our family and friends continue that? If your friends have small businesses and they have, business that they are building, why are we still giving our money to these designers that are charging hundreds and thousands of dollars? We could be really giving it to our friends and the people that we know. Like, that's really I've been really pondering on that. Like, why do we as black people, because I'm speaking for the black community, because it's something that the black community does I'm speaking from my standpoint. Why do we do this? Like, why do we not take that $500 and spend $25 on our friend with a small business? Like, I'm not saying that it's something wrong with buying from designers, because that's a whole nother thing, but I just feel like we gotta do better. We gotta do better in showing up for our friends, our family, the people around us, the people who we are tangible to be able to impact. Because these designers, these brands, these businesses, they don't care about anybody. They are getting the money and they market to us and we buy their products, but the same way that I'm marketing to my community, it's like, why did not buy my stuff? You know, that's just a question that I ask myself. And it's not like, again, it's not to be like, dang, they buying their stuff over my stuff. It is more so like, what do I have to do? Like, how else can I market? How can I get better at it? Because that's my goal. I want to get better at it so that I can market to, and a better way to connect with my audience, to figure out what it, like, connect the sales. So I ask these questions because I really want to market in the best way to grab my audience. But I also know that I'm fighting with, you know, the bigger brands and the designers, and people don't really see, because Just a Girl is designer, okay? Like, this is a designer brand, in my opinion. It's good quality, and it's designer. Like, that's it. Just a Girl is a designer brand, and that's what we're gonna call it, you know? So that's just a thought of mine. And I just think that, again, I want to get better at myself. The people around me, I want them to get better, just not just supporting my business, but any small business that's around, that are close to us, that we just got to do better at supporting, and not just pouring our money out to people who we ain't gonna really see. We don't see the grind, we don't see the hard work. And so yeah, still fighting with these lashes. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, that's just something that I just been thinking about. Like I said, I got up today, I put on my crew neck, did a reel for my Instagram, just to show another way to style this crew neck, because it's crew neck season, in my opinion. Is the weather is breaking, it's getting really warm, but then we have some really cold days, so it's like really weird, but it's like still the perfect time to wear something like this. It's cute, it's comfortable, it can be styled up, styled down. So it's like, let me show the girls another way to style it. Because sometimes I feel like when it comes to like marketing with products, especially like things like a crew neck or whatever it might be, you really have to show people like, this is how you can wear it, and that would be like, oh my god, I love it. Whereas if you just post a picture or a mock of just the shirt, people don't really connect there. So that's why I want to make sure I'm connecting with my audience, connecting with women, connecting with women who love to get dressed, who love fashion, who love to get, you know, whatever. This is a way for me to connect, and that's how I've learned that that's my connection with my audience, is being just a girl, being the girly girl, being feminine, being cute. I love to wear a good boot. So that's my thing. Yes. Okay, it's Uncle Kenny. It's Uncle Kenny. So my brother is here. It is Ramadan. So he's about to break his fast with my husband. My husband's cooking dinner. He's been cooking dinner for like the whole month of Ramadan. That is like our time of the year where my husband primarily cooks, because he likes to cook what he wants to cook. And I don't complain. I don't complain at all. It's a month of, you know, holy month for him and my family. So they're about to break fast soon. It's Uncle Kenny. That was just a little thing that I was thinking about. Earlier I was talking to my husband. So my husband watches a lot of relationship. He watches this woman named Kendra, I believe her name is, on YouTube, and she talks a lot about relationships and women, and just really breaking down. She's almost like the female, almost tiny bit Kevin Samuels. So fix my lash before y'all, but what I'm about to say, please do not drag me. Please brace yourself, because y'all gonna try to drag me. I love Kevin Samuels. I said it. I love him. I like him. His delivery can be a little bit rough, a little bit harsh. He can work on the delivery, but what he says, y'all, I don't see the lies. I don't see no lies in what he says, y'all. So please don't drag me. But I don't have a problem with Kevin Samuels at all. I actually love Kevin Samuels. And I'll tell you this, I love Kevin Samuels because one of the things that my husband has always talked about when it comes to like women, and we've had this conversation before, just amongst him and I. Okay, Saya. this is real life for me, so I'm trying to bear with me, y'all. Here I come. So my husband and I talk a lot about just men and women and things that we went back and forth on. He's always told me, like, how am I speaking for a man? Like, how am I going to speak for him when he's the man and he knows what men like, and just like women know what women like? And I think Kevin Samuels speaks for men and what men, from a man perspective, of what women we cannot see. And that's one of the things that I think I like about him, that a lot of women don't like about him, because he's speaking from a man perspective, and we don't always like to listen to the man's perspective, even though the men are the ones that we are with, that we want, that the world revolves around. So it's like, that's one of the things I think most women struggle with listening to Kevin Samuels, because we don't like to hear what men have to say. And sometimes it can be hard to hear the truth about who you are, who you have been, why you might be single, why so many black women are single, why there's so many single mothers. Like, it's a lot that goes on. And I think for me, I connect with him because a lot of it goes back to, like, me listening to some of the things that I hear from him that reflect on, like, my family, my mother, my aunts, like just the women around me, of who's married, who's not married, whose life was this way, whose life was that way. Like, you know, it really makes you think when you take yourself out of, like, the delivery can be rough, but when you listen to what he's saying, like really listen, you think back to, like, the women who are in power, what their love life is like, if they're married, if they're not, like all these things, how the attitudes of black women are. We have some nasty attitudes. We don't always know how to speak to people. We don't know how to speak to men. We want to be their mothers. Like, all these things that I think we can't deny that is true. We don't want to believe that it's kind of like who we are as a culture. That does not mean we all are, not at all. There are some amazing I'm coming. There are some amazing black women in this world who are doing the thing, who are married, who are successful, who've been through divorces, who've been single, who've been through some rough patches, and they've been able to flourish and grow and do what they need to do. Then there's the other side of a lot of us who don't have the best attitudes, and we don't want to recognize why we are single. And I think that Kevin Samuels breaks down, like, some of the things that keep us as black women single, and we don't really want to hear it. So that's just that's my 2 cents. I think we gotta listen. Even if it's not him, listen to the men around us. Listen to your partner. Listen to your like, we don't like to listen. Why don't we like to listen, y'all? We don't like to listen. We don't like to listen. And that's our problem. That's our problem. We don't like to listen, and we want to be right all the time. And I love my black man. I love my husband. We've been together for almost 15 years this year, and I've learned to listen more over the last few years. I had to start to listen more. I am a submissive woman, I believe. I think that's naturally my personality. I'm not an aggressive person. I think I've had to learn how to be more submissive, and it came with listening more and not always having to feel like it was something wrong with my husband being the man. And I think it's just that goes back from just history and how I was raised and my mother. Like, I had to really learn it. But I think naturally I had no problem being a submissive woman. Like, I don't see anything wrong with being submissive. I don't find it to be negative or have a negative connotation around being submissive. You know, like, some women find it very, something wrong with it. Like, my husband was listening to this video yesterday, and the 2 women were talking about, like, being the woman in relationship and things you have to do to get a ring and to become a wife. And the women were just saying, like, things like I'm not cleaning his clothes, I'm not doing the dishes, I'm not making his plate. Like, I'm not really doing anything. Like, I'm not working for the ring. And it's like, when you say it in that way, quote unquote, working for the ring, of course it sounds that way, but like, you have to be just a woman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean you're like, he's paying you to wash his clothes, or like, it's like that type of thing. But it almost like we have to make men know that we are worthy of being their wife. And if I hope that doesn't sound bad, but like, you get what I'm saying. Like, it's not about like every woman is not going to cook and clean. But if I could be that woman who's going to cook and clean, he's going to see me in a different light, because I do know how to take care of my home and take care of myself and take care of my man, you know. I'll be back, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. I'm not sure where I left off at, but as I was saying, I believe I was saying about being a submissive woman, and that did not just happen overnight, you know what I mean? Like, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of trust in your partner to be submissive, and just to hear so many, you know, I just think we just always view, as women in general, we just view things so negatively. And it doesn't have to be negative, but I think we view it that way because of how we were raised and what our mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers may have been through, or may tell us. We just take it and run with it, and then we create, you know, our own narrative. And then it's unfortunate because we're so like negative and broken and hurt that it doesn't have anything to necessarily do with that man. It's more so just of like what our mother has told us, that we put it out there, and now it's like, but that may not be your situation. And that's what I've learned. Like, the things that my mother has went through in her life when it comes to men and relationships, that has no reflection on like what my life is going to be like, or what I should take from it. Like, I can listen, but I have to take my own what am I trying to say? I have to just take what I take from it and like figure out what's going to work for me. But for me to take that and just become this angry, like, I'm never going to do nothing for men, I'm going to just do what I want to do because they hurt my mother, that's not going, that doesn't, you know, that's not how I view relationships, especially where my mother was never married. So for me, it's like, I'm married, my mom was never married, so it's like, it's such a, like, we don't really have the same way to view it because she was never married. So it's kind of like she really can't speak on being a wife because she was never a wife. So it would be, I would almost be a fool almost to listen, because it's different. It's just, it's so different. It's so different. So like I said, I don't view being submissive in a negative way. I think that I don't think a woman should be submissive to each and every man she comes across, but I think when it comes to your husband, absolutely, you know. And again, my husband and I have been better over the years of understanding our roles and allow my husband to be the man and let him allow me to be the woman, the boundaries, and a lot of things. When my husband got hurt, it put a lot of responsibilities on me as well, and I think that was one of the things that for years I was responsible for so much because he couldn't do but so much. And then things like simple things like taking the trash out, he could not take the trash out for years. Things like that, I had to get out of the habit of doing it. Still now, like, this is like recently within the last year or two of taking the trash, like not doing it, and him is like, stop doing it, just stop, like let me do it, I'm the man. And it's like, it's not to like demasculate him or make him feel some kind of way. It's just, I've been doing it for so long that it's hard not to. But I also understand how it makes him feel when he comes outside and I've already done it. But for me, it's like, it's not that big of a deal, you know. And I think that's one of the things that we think as women, that stuff is not a big deal, but we don't know how it makes a man feel, or it makes him feel less of a man, or makes him feel like he's not the man in the house. And it could be simple things like that. And I'm just using that as an example because that's some of the things that we've had to like shift from some rules, you know what I mean? So but yeah, I love Kevin Samuel. I think I got here by saying that. I do, like I said, his delivery is harsh, it's rough, it's the truth though. You know, we can't take away from what is the truth. And sometimes the delivery from people, it's like that saying of, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. We know that we need to hear things in like nice, calm way, but sometimes the truth is the truth. No matter if it comes out nice, calm, aggressive, the truth is sometimes hard to hear no matter how it's being said, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, that was a thought of mine. Yeah, I'm just trying, y'all. I'm preparing for this Philly Grammys award that I'm nominated. I'm nominated for the Startup Business Award, y'all, and I'm in first place right now. I'm gonna put the link for y'all. I need y'all to really. This is the last week of voting, y'all. This is the last week. The last week. This voting has been happening since the very first week of March, y'all. It's been a long road, and my students, y'all, have been showing up like it's nobody business. So it's a Philly Grammys, and they have different nominations and different categories for different businesses in the city of Philadelphia, from hospitality, from hair and beauty, from, you know, entertainment, and they have a startup business category, which is what I'm in, Just a Girl is in. And if you win, you win $10,000, and it's strictly based off of who is in first place come the end of the voting. The voting ends on the 30th. When I say it is like so much anxiety that comes with this, y'all, it is like, as soon as I get done this video, I'm going to go back and check my numbers, and it really is like a lot, and it's really, it's a lot. So I cannot wait to get back. I can't wait to check it. That's how like obsessive I am over it, because I want to win this 10K so bad. And I'm not saying that the other nominees are not worthy of it. That's not what I'm saying. But I know that I deserve it so bad, because it's so much I want to continue to do for my business. And $10,000 can really just help elevate Just a Girl, the brand, and overall just the whole brand. You know, just simple things like the quality of my products, a new camera, anything that's going to help my business get better is what I want this 10K for. And I know that my sisterhood, Just a Girl, has really showed up for me in so many ways that it's just so amazing for me to be in this position, to even be nominated. I'm so grateful to be nominated. But I really want to win, y'all. I want to win so bad. So bad. Like, so bad. I don't think I've wanted anything in my business, shall I say business, more. And I think it's the fact of like, all your hard work is fight. It's starting to pay off. When I'm at this point, like, it's starting to pay off. I'm starting to be recognized. I'm starting to be noticed. It's working, you know. So a few more days, y'all. Few more days. Few more days. I'm so like, but those are just my random Just a Girl thoughts, chat, you know, all that good stuff. So yeah, y'all, I just really want this so bad. And again, I'm just grateful to be a part of it. I'm grateful to be nominated. I'm grateful to be in this category. I'm grateful for people to just see Just a Girl in this light enough to keep voting and nominating me. And just the comments, y'all. The comments. Okay, y'all, so I have to go. My husband is breaking his fast. I thank y'all for watching. I thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe, comment, like, and don't forget to click the link in the I'll put it below for you to go ahead and vote. Vote ends on the 30th. Thank y'all, and have a good day.